Stop what you're doing right now. Let me teach you how to retune your samples, especially if they aren't in key. Here's how I do it. Step 1 is find a cool sample you want to mix. We found this cool sample from Splice called KMRBI Piano Loop Mystery. Let's play it. And as we can see right here, this song is an F sharp minor. But if you're like me and don't have a ton of experience with music theory, here's something that can help. Introducing the Camelot Mixing wheel. Let me show you how to use it. So whenever we're mixing different samples, we always want to make sure that we're staying in the same key to make sure everything sounds together. So as you remember before, the sample we're using is an F sharp minor. So if we go to our wheel, you can see that F sharp minor is 11A right there. And what that means is any sample that's one above or one below, or switching the letters from A to B or B to A, would be in the same key and sound good together. This means that any sample that's in B minor, which is 10A, or D flat minor, which is in 12A, or A major, which is in 11B, will sound good with this sample that we've picked.
But what happens if I like a sample and it's not in the right key? Here's how I fix that.
Camelot wheel makes it very, very easy to transpose different samples into different keys to make sure you can pick and choose the ones that work best with your track. Going back to the sample we choose, which is going to be an F sharp minor with this drum beat in the background, which sounds like this. I think something is missing in the track. Let's add a vocal. We're back to Splice, and I found this really cool soul sample that sounds like this. You can see it's in G sharp minor. Let's go put it in the session. And without changing anything, here's what it sounds like. So almost in key, but I think we can fix it. So going back to the wheel, remember the sample of the piano is going to be in 11A. This new sample, which is going to be G sharp minor, is actually going to be A flat minor, which is going to be 1A. So you can see they are not touching, they're not next to each other, they're going to sound a little bit wonky on the harmonics. But here's a very, very easy way to fix that. Whenever you're trying to transpose samples and you do have access to the Camelot wheel, this is a very, very easy trick to make sure you do it right. Every time we add one semitone, that's going to add 7 to that original sample's value. So for example, if we go to that vocal sample, which is going to be an A flat minor, which is 1A, if we go one semitone up, that added to 7 is now A minor. Add another 7 to that, we're down to B flat minor, which is going to be 3A. Add another 7 to that, we are now in B minor, which is 10A, which is next to F sharp minor, the original piano sample, so it should sound okay. And just to show you that, we're going to go up 3 semitones right here, 1, 2, 3, and play it back. Almost sounds in key, it's a little bit iffy still. Let's try to get that exact value in a sec. So we're actually going to keep going up. So 3 semitones was at 10A, 4 semitones is going to be at 5A, 5 semitones is going to be at 12A, 6 semitones is going to be at 7A, 7 semitones is going to be at 2A, 9, 4, 11. So we're actually going up quite a bit. I'm actually going to do the math right here to show you. So we actually needed to go up 9 semitones. So an easier way to do this if you're not great at math is actually going in reverse. And what that means is you start at A flat minor and you subtract 7 to go down a key. So if we go down a key, which is going to be 1 semitone, minusing 1 from 7 is going to give us 6. And then minusing 7 from that again is going to give us 11. It's worth keeping in mind that whenever you are subtracting by 7, you're always going to treat 12 as the top number. So there's no key that's 13 or 14A. It's always going to go back to 12. And then after that, it's going to go to 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. So this is a sample now up at 9 semitones. Let's play it back and see what it sounds like. So it's definitely getting close. It's worth keeping in mind that even though the sample says is an F sharp minor, sometimes depending on how the chords are played and how different pocket notes are thrown in, it can be a little bit iffy and not sound completely correct. So it is worth noting to make sure you get your stuff in the same key, but sometimes things might not work because notes are borrowed from other keys. Hope that helps. Let's keep on producing.